Welcome to my channel. I'm the Mystic Starseed, and today I have a pick a card reading for you. The topic is, what will you be healing in 2024, Year of the Dragon? So you will see that the lighting and maybe the sound may vary a little bit between the piles, and that's because it took me a few days to do this video because of my work schedule. But anyways, I have 3 piles that you will be choosing from to see what you will be healing in 2024. Feel free to choose more than one pile if you are called to. I will have a picture on the screen for you to take your time, use your intuition to pick the right pile for you. And so let's just jump right into it. Welcome, pile number 1. This is your reading, what you will be healing in 2024, Year of the Dragon. And I'm so excited for this pile. This is a beautiful energy because you, pile number 1, are beautiful people. The golden rose, you are a gift to this world. You're beautiful, you're unique, you're powerful. And you hold this pearl of wisdom in the core of your being. Your soul is golden. You have a lot of wisdom, healing, and beauty to share with the world. So let's dive into what you have been experiencing in the past that has brought you into this present moment to come up and to heal, and what will be, where it will be taking you into the end of 2024 and well into your future, pile number 1. Okay, so let's get started with the history here that you have. Okay, so basically, for 2024, what is coming up for you to heal is the way you see others in your life, the reflections. When I say the reflections, I mean the people in your life serving as reflections of who you are. So what you're healing is the illusion of separation. You are healing the part of you that perceives the world as segmented, fragmented, and separate, like in the 3D matrix, which is the illusion of the Maya of being in a physical vessel. But ultimately, we are all one. We are unified and complete. And so everything in the world is a reflection of us. And you may already know this, pile number 1, intellectually, but in 2024, you are really going to really deeply understand this in your heart space and embody, and this energy of understanding that we are all one, that we are all a multi-dimensional kaleidoscope, reflection of the creator of the all. This is really going to be embodied and embedded within you, in your soul, so that it becomes a very integral part of your belief system and your core, one of your core beliefs. And this will allow you to empower yourself to be centered and grounded in who you are, your power, and knowing that you are the nexus, you are the center of your universe, and that you create and manifest your reality through your magnetism and through the way you operate and respond to the world in your presence, in being present in the now, knowing that it is all a response to you. So let's break this down. If that may have been a mouthful, but that's what came through. So I did say we're going to start with the past. So what I'm seeing here is that it looks like in the past you were dealing with situations and or people that made you feel perhaps that you were less than or different, like a black sheep. Maybe you had a lot of people that were cruel to you or dismissive. And this kind of, after a while, you started to respond in a way, well, you started to believe that you truly were very different and that it was you against them, right? It's me against everyone else. And you really felt yourself to be separate, different, isolated, and maybe even lonely sometimes. But this really, after being treated not being included, being treated like you were different, eventually made you very defensive. Like you had to fight for your worthiness in some ways, like prove yourself. But mainly I see here defensiveness and a need to protect yourself from people, maybe certain people or maybe all people. But this is kind of like created a warrior spirit within you. You're very strong. And you are very strong. You're like this beautiful golden rose, your spirit, your soul. So you brought that energy, this all-knowing wisdom, beauty, but you also brought this strength in. And you've kind of like had to activate your thorns to protect your purity. And in some ways you had to protect yourself by masking who you were in order to survive. You felt you needed to survive by protecting yourself, protecting who you are, maybe becoming a chameleon, or maybe not divulging certain things about yourself, maybe not talking a lot. And then when push comes to shove, overcoming challenges, being in competition, winning. I just see you as being a person who just naturally is a winner and you like to win. You're kind of like a warrior is what I'm seeing. So these experiences in your past actually were serving to refine your strength, refine your drive, your passion to overcome obstacles and to succeed and to be the best. So, with every terrible experience we have, there's always a silver lining, though none of us want to go through something terrible. And it's unfortunate. The ones that survive, the strong that survive, are the smart that survive, are the ones that find the lesson in every experience of suffering. And so I think that what you have done is cultivated your strength, cultivated your drive, your will to succeed. Now, on the flip side, though, how that has affected you negatively has been, once again, a feeling of like being on your own, perhaps not feeling supported. It was like, again, it's you against them. And so this may have impacted you and the way you see the world, so that it's like everything is a struggle, and maybe manifestations don't come to you unless you really struggle, because you feel like that's how you have to get it done or how you have to achieve. That was in the past, mostly. You really did feel like you were at war with a lot of people. But the great thing is that something happened, and I'm looking at it here. Like there was some sort of like grace from God. There was a grace from God that you were given an epiphany, or you were told something, or something really big happened in your life that started to shift your perspective in the way that you saw reality. And you did start to realize how community and connection is really important for your ultimate survival. Because here I feel in the past, maybe you're stuck in the root chakra 3D terms of survival, but something opened you up, your soul. It was like a soul activation. So now you understand how important it is to work with community, with groups of people. That collaboration is really where everyone wins. And you are starting to feel supported in your life. I feel like there are people now, you have better people in your life. Maybe you've done a lot of healing work already. And you've moved your life in a better direction than where it was before. And you're meeting like-minded people who are loving, supportive. And so you are starting to open up and bloom. So when I look at this reading, actually what I'm seeing is that it's not so much that you're healing. I mean, I guess you are healing your belief system, but it's not really healing. It's more like you've done a lot of healing work. Now what you're doing is you are blooming. You are blooming, and you are embedding this belief system that we are all one, that every reflection, every person that we meet is a reflection of us. And that means good and bad. And I think that in the past you were seeing, like negative people, or people you didn't get along with, or were like your enemy. You saw them, they were triggers, and like you saw them as separate from you. But you've learned that these are just shadows of your own, maybe things about yourself that you hadn't realized, accepted, forgiven, loved, and integrated, accepted within yourself. But now you've done a lot of shadow work and you've integrated a lot of your shadow and you've become more accepting of who you authentically are. So now you're seeing positive reflections more often than you're seeing negative reflections. And those positive reflections are you. They're your light. They're your beauty. So what else is coming through is that you're becoming more multidimensional, like truly understanding and operating within that framework. So you're shifting your paradigm into understanding that this is just a holographic field that we're all working in quantumly, and that this really is your world and you can shape it the way you want. But what you need to do is make friends with yourself, the parts that you don't love and the parts that you love, and just really become whole. So what's really happening for you in 2024 is you're becoming authentically you, because you know all your reflections are you anyway. So understanding that, coming into acceptance of all of who you are, your multidimensional self, all the facets of you, helps you to accept others in your community, in your society, in your world, in your work, and your school, whatever environments you are, and they're in turn reciprocating and accepting you as you are authentically. So you are becoming very authentic and strong in your expression, because you're a warrior. You're a warrior and you have something beautiful to share with the world. So I want to switch these cards because this is where you're at here, where you're going, because you're receiving a lot of assistance to help you, I feel like you've already woken up from the matrix, but I feel like sometimes you slip in and out, which is very easy to do. But you are receiving higher dimensional help here from your guides and the galactic guides that are with you, and they're helping you to expand your consciousness and to have a mental breakthrough where you're finally free of any toxic loops, old belief systems that were harmful and centered around separation, and you're stepping into your multidimensional self, so that you can create your reality and achieve what you're meant to achieve in this world, because you're supposed to achieve something actually quite big for not only yourself but for others. You are helping others, you are helping mankind. So in order to do that, you have to be friends with them, right? So you're coming into a space of harmony, of balance, of peace, and your heart is becoming light as a feather. You had to release a lot of anger and fear that you were holding on to from your past, and you may still be doing that in 2024, but it's like you're at the tail end, because you are meant to create something in this world and manifest it, and the only way you can do that is by grounding your energy into the 3D while still being connected to the holographic field, God source energy, the spirit world, the 5D, however you want to say it. So right now, what you're doing, it looks like you are collaborating with more people. You're working with others. You're creating like-minded friendships, people who have something to offer you, and vice versa. So they're your equals, but you're all different. And so you're learning how to work with others, and that's beautiful, because you are trying to ground something into this world. And so you know that you have to play nice, right? And there are some crappy people out there in the world sometimes, but it's like you're realizing that the more you empower yourself, the less they affect you, or the less you even see them around you. And you are being assisted to like, you're being protected as you go through this unfolding, this blooming of your empowerment, because that's what's happening. This is a year of empowerment for you and receiving what you deserve, which is the manifestation of your dream. And the beautiful thing is that this dream, or this purpose that is yours, is fair and it is just, and that is why you're being supported. The universe, your guides, they're all here supporting you, because whatever it is that you are meant to create, your soul is meant to create, it's for the good of all. So towards the end of 2024, you're going to do a lot of blooming here as you continue to ground and connect with your heart, your body, with other people, and really bring yourself into a space of like really connecting in with the right people. And you may have had problems with codependency in the past, or people wanting to be clingy to you, or maybe the other way around, but you're an independent person. You've become, well, the point is you have been independent, but now you're going to be interdependent. And you're going to really ground into the body, into the world, into the earth. And this is where you have power. When you are fully grounded into the earth is when you can create. You can create in the physical realm. So that is where you're heading. So I'm seeing this has been a process. Your whole life has been a process, or at least since you've had your spiritual awakening, it's been a process of individuation. Individuation is different than individualization. Individualization is about separation. It's me against them, comparison, competition. I'm me. This is who I am. Very like in the ego, very in the, this is my personality, very self-absorbed. But individuation is actually about finding your true authentic self. And once that happens and unfolds naturally, you find your place naturally in the grand scheme of things in life. And you are naturally a part of it all. So individuation actually makes you a part of everything as opposed to separate. So this is so beautiful. I love this. This is going to make you truly happy. By the end of 2024, you're going to feel happy in your life, and you're not going to need to feel like you have to have these, like amazing, like spiritual experiences that you may have had in the past, which you will continue to have them because you're very, very gifted or very special. But it's like, you're not going to have these needs for these special things to happen, these special moments, or like these magical moments to make you happy. You're going to be happy in the everyday. So at the end of 2024, you're going to find true contentment and joy and happiness within your life just by being alive in your everyday life. Your everyday life is going to make you happy. You're going to be in joy, in peace. It's like you don't have to go out and chase happiness. You don't have to go and have some, crazy spiritual experience just to feel alive. Like, those are already going to happen for you anyway, because you're naturally this spiritual being with many, many, many gifts. But it's just the process of being alive that every day you're going to find that joy in whatever you do. It's like that saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. That is going to be you. That is going to be you. Everything will bring you joy, or you will find the joy in everything. You'll be able to handle and manage everything in your life and balance it perfectly, so that you may bring in this manifestation, your purpose, your will, your mission. It's unfolding, pile number 1. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. You're coming into peace with who you are. You're coming into peace with others and harmony with the world, the physical world. And this is going to give you the power to create and to succeed, to achieve your mission for the highest good of all. Oh, I love this for you. If this resonated, pile number 1, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Anything and everything is appreciated. Engagement is great, because then I know that these readings are helpful for you, and it motivates me to continue to share them. Blessings. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to relay this message for you on what you will be healing in 2024, Year of the Dragon. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview, and then I'm going to go in a little bit into your past just for context, to see how you've kind of progressed into the present moment, where you're at in the present and where you're headed towards in the future. So let's get into it, pile number 2. This is a really interesting reading. and it's awesome. It's really awesome. So it looks like in 2024, you are being guided and encouraged to ascend to the next level of consciousness. Right now, you are at a spiritual threshold. This is a gateway that you are meant to be crossing over into once you are able to dissolve the resistance to moving on into the next level of consciousness into your on your ascension journey. It looks like pile number 2 that you have been on a spiritual or healing journey for quite a while, and you are progressing quite nicely. You are a very unique and strong person, and you have been very dedicated to improving and evolving and growing as a spiritual being, having a human experience. So for 2024, the main focus for you to push past this threshold and onto the next level of your spiritual path is nutrition. So what I'm seeing here is that Spirit wants you to put a big effort and focus on nourishing yourself, nourishing your body, nourishing, mainly nourishing yourself, so that you can strengthen and purify your body, your vessel, your temple that holds your spirit, in order to release the heavy emotional burdens that you may have been carrying or still carrying, and so that you can receive the light codes and the higher divine wisdom that wants to come through to you as a channel. So, meaning, well, basically, what I'm seeing here is that some of you may not have been diligent in taking care of your body and taking care of your physical health. I'm getting a sense that some of you may have been really focused on the mental, and your mental, like your mind, your thoughts. Some of you have been focused on a lot of emotional pain and kind of ruminating on that. Some of you have been just focused on the outer world, creating some sort of stability or success. But I feel like in some aspects, the body has been neglected. It needs a cleanse. And the best way to do that is to detox from any harmful substances, chemicals, foods. It's really important for you, pile number 2, in 2024, to eat the right foods, to hydrate, to take your supplements, your minerals, your vitamins, to get a little bit of exercise or activity in, to surround yourself with people in an environment that are not toxic. Like, just really focus on nurturing your physical world, and that starts with your physical body, your temple that holds your spirit. And what I'm seeing here is that in the past, I'm seeing something, for some of you, something happened in your childhood that was very traumatic and heartbreaking, that created some sort of sense of rejection, abandonment, or just really brokenheartedness, a real deep sorrow that has been carried throughout the years. For others of you, this may have been a recent past relationship, or a few relationships, romantic, I'm seeing for most, that were really disappointing. And there's one specifically that was beyond disappointing, that was really devastating, and may have kind of like triggered and reopened childhood wounds of unworthiness and sadness and grief. And this may have caused some of you to disassociate or just to really focus in on the pain, resentment, sorrow, and in that the body has been neglected. Certain things have been neglected. Maybe some of you don't feel safe in your bodies. Maybe if this was a childhood trauma, there's a sense of not feeling safe in the body. Therefore, you may not feel connected. But what I'm seeing, though, is that the good thing is that, although these things that happened to you were really terrible, really hurtful, you were taken off guard, right? But there's something about your spirit. Is you have a fighting spirit. You have a strong spirit that it actually activated you into becoming a warrior, a stronger person, determined to persevere. So what I'm seeing currently right now where you're at is you have been, maybe this heartbreak or this pain has caused you or motivated you to focus on creating some sort of stability in your life, becoming independent, because that's where you're at right now. It looks like you've been really focusing on taking care of your finances, your home. Maybe you've been of service to others, but you've been really focused on the material realm, building something solid so that you can feel safe, so that you can feel comfortable. So you've put in a lot of work and effort and become this amazing, wonderful, independent, goddess or God. And so you've done and you're doing a great job. Now, what Spirit is saying is that, you still need to take time to rest and to care for your body. You're pushing yourself to a point of you don't want to burn out. And I think in 2024, you're going to start to realize how to balance out your energy, like when you need to focus and put a lot of effort and when you need to rest and take care of your vessel. Finding a balance here is going to make you happier and less stressed and really help your stress levels. That's going to give you an overall sense of well-being. But I do mainly feel like Spirit is also saying that you've kind of passed a lot of spiritual challenges and tests. You're still in this phase of passing spiritual challenges and tests. These have been to refine your character, refine and embody who you are, really solidify who you are as a person in this incarnation. And this threshold that you're at, that you need to kind of graduate from, it just needs one more thing. And again, it's coming back to this nutrition, because where you're blocked is mainly in the sacral. And the sacral chakra is where a lot of us hold our pain, our shame, our guilt, our fear, our unprocessed emotions. And I think that you've done a really great job in healing, and you've done a lot of processing, but there's still trauma trapped in the body and it's hiding in your sacral. So they're asking you to focus on clearing your sacral chakra area, so that you can let go of these old feelings and emotions that are blocking you from shifting your paradigm and perception into higher vibrational reality. Because our sacral, our gut, our intestines, that's our second brain, and that brain is a primal brain that kind of operates our body on our subconscious level, our life, the way we create our world on a subconscious level. And if it's blocked, it's actually even blocking our third eye, blocking our vision, our perception. So what I'm seeing is here, they need you to do a cleanse, maybe a juice cleanse, more greens in your diet, so that you can alchemize whatever needs to be processed in your body. And I'm seeing with this fog card, there's been some brain fog, a lack of focus, maybe negative thinking, negative thought patterns and thought forms that just can't, you just can't seem to shake. They're in a loop, but that's because there's still trauma in the sacral area, in the gut area. So you are receiving a lot of assistance in 2024. So trust that this is happening, because I think that, Because basically in 2024, pile number 2, you are strengthening your sense of self-worth. And it kind of goes hand in hand, right? You need to heal on all levels: mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical. And you've done a lot of the spiritual, mental, and emotional work. But I feel like there may be a little bit of the physical work lacking, and they all have to kind of operate in balance together for you to continue to, live a healthy life and to move forward and to create the reality that you deserve. And so what I'm seeing here is that you've been working really hard to establish who you are, establish a sense of security, financial abundance, trying to really ground into the physical world and become alive, like awake again. But at the same time, there's also an element here that I'm seeing that's like, it's almost like you've worked really hard and struggled so much because you felt like you had to prove your worthiness to not only other people, but to yourself. And Spirit is saying you have always been worthy, you have always been beautiful, and you've always been empowered and capable of creating an abundant, beautiful, joyful life. But it's almost like you had to prove it to yourself. And Spirit is saying that once you cleanse and clear your sacral, it's gonna heal your heart chakra and unblock you, and it's gonna take you to that next level where you don't have to work so hard to create abundance and financial freedom and just a sense of enjoying life. Like, you don't have to work that hard because you will feel worthy and things will come to you a lot quicker. So it's like, that is the key. If you need the how, like, how do I move to the next level of my consciousness? How do I improve my life? How do I find more joy? How do I find my purpose? How do I step into my power and embody myself in this life? The key is in the sacral, to focus on healing the sacral. And you are receiving assistance. You're receiving assistance to clear the sacral so that you may see with more perception. This is the sacral I'm seeing that as. And to become enlightened, you must take some action. And I'm seeing exercise and some sunlight would do you a lot of good. If that seems overwhelming because you're still processing emotional heaviness, then just do baby steps. You've got 12 months in 2024. Start small. Start with what you can handle. Little changes every day make a big impact over time. And that's what Spirit wants you to start to initiate. So maybe 1 month you quit a bad habit. Maybe the next month you set a goal of how much water you're going to drink. The next month you're going to start walking 30 minutes a day. Things like that you start to implement, and they accumulate as daily habits, and that is going to change your body. So pile number 2, if you've been wanting to change your body, if you've been wanting to lose weight or gain weight, this is the year that you can do that. And all you need to do is meet the universe halfway, because they are also assisting you with the light codes, the energetic frequencies that you need for a complete transformation, cleansing of the cells, a regeneration of the cells. Like, you have the capacity and the potential to have a new body by the end of 2024, because you need to have this light body activation, but you can't do it if you're blocked with a lot of gunk in your sacral. And the wonderful thing is that once you clear all that unworthiness, that guilt, that shame, that fear, that trauma, your heart is just going to automatically open, and you're going to love yourself, you're going to love life, and you're going to magnetize what you need and want. And the reason why this needs to happen is because you have a very special gift, pile number 2. And it's like you channel a divine gift through your crown chakra, but you have to be in a peaceful, balanced, healthy state in order to receive the messages or the skill, the talent that you need, so that you may embody it in this third dimensional world and offer this to others, so that you have some sort of unique gift that they want you to bring into the physical world to help others, to be of service to others. And this gift is not the norm. So they want you to be feeling empowered and worthy enough right? Empowered and worthy enough and confident enough in who you are and your abilities to have the courage to share this gift. They want you to, and if you already know what this gift is, they want you to really like take time to like cultivate and develop this gift and share it with others. This is going to bring you financial success as well as have you on your purpose and your path. But and then you're not going to have to work so hard because you're in alignment with what you're truly meant to give to the world. You have to have faith in yourself. Clearing all the gunk that makes you feel unworthy is going to bring you into that state of inspiration and divine direction, and that financial freedom, independence, and sense of self. Embodying all of who you are is going to come so much easier for you. You may have been feeling very tired lately, and that's because of the heaviness you're holding on to in the emotional body and the beliefs and maybe the lack of physical care. So, and I see you doing this. So this is not like if. I'm seeing that this is within your grasp as long as you take those small steps forward. And I see that towards the end of the year, you're going to take full emotional responsibility for the things in your life, or you're going to take full responsibility for your emotions in your life. And because of this, you're going to step into your power and be a very strong person emotionally, a strong emotional leader, or just be very emotionally intelligent and just like, an overall badass, because you're healthy. You're healthy on all levels. So by the end of 2024, you would have detoxed all the stuff that was in your gut. I'm seeing this as your gut. I know that's kind of gross, but this is all the stuff like pain, guilt, shame, parasites, whatever bacteria we hold on to in our second brain. This is all the old stuff that has kept you in a paradigm of darkness or depression. For some of you, it's going to be cleansed out. It's going to be cleansed out. You're going to be able to see the shadow and the darkness that you may have been experiencing on a much more elevated light, and you're going to be able to let it go and be in a higher state of consciousness with your heart fully open. So this is like a spiritual heart awakening that's going to take you to the next chapter of your life, sharing your gifts on purpose, in alignment with others, with the world, with who you are, and financial abundance and success, pure joy, creating the reality that you are so worthy of. So I hope this was helpful, pile number 2. If it was, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, I would love to hear your comments and, maybe a little bit about your story. This helps me know that these readings are helpful and that I should keep doing them. All right. Thank you so much, pile number 2. Have a beautiful, blessed year. Welcome, pile number 3. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video on how you will be healing in 2024, Year of the Dragon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the theme, the overview, then I'm going to get a little bit into your history, the history of your healing journey, just to gain some context about where you're at now and how you're moving forward. So let's get into what this overall energy is for you in 2024. It's actually pretty magical. So pile number 3, your reading is the most magical and, I don't know, kind of prolific here. So we have the card Revelation, and this is talking about the lifting of the veil, but it's very connected to the elves, the elven of the inner earth and the dimension of Avalon. So what that means for you is that something pretty spectacular is going to be revealed to you, and it has a lot to do with who you are, your spirit's origin or your soul's origin, and who you are on this planet. But for you, pile number 3, what it almost feels like it's not so much like considered a healing, but more like an opening up and an expansion and entering into a new cycle for you in 2024. Because what I'm seeing here is that what's going to be revealed to you is that, if you don't already know, that you are a star seed, and you're also like from the elven lineage. So maybe some of you already know this, but what's going to happen in 2024 is that it's really going to be confirmed for you, and it's going to really become a part of your belief system, your reality, where you no longer have any doubt about who you are and why you are here. A lot of you are connected to the elven and the fairy lineages. You may be even very connected to the dragons. So this year of the dragon could be very auspicious for you. I feel like a lot of you have had incarnations in inner earth, in Avalon, and all these fantastical dimensions that are here on our planet. But also, you come from the stars first. You come from another galaxy, quite a few different planets, but definitely another galaxy. And you hatched here on Earth. You hatched. You were born here on Earth, and you started your earthly journey inside inner earth. So you were still, when you first came to earth, you were still in the magical realms and dimensions before you solidified into the 3D matrix. So what is transpiring for you in 2024? You're gonna connect with your starseed lineage and your elven or fairy lineage. Yeah. You're really going to allow yourself to transform into this starseed being and express yourself with more courage in who you are and what you give and provide to the world. So there is a shedding of an old skin because you've completed an old cycle, maybe a cycle of doubt, a cycle of amnesia, right? Not remembering who you are, a cycle of like processing karma or learning the lessons you need to learn so that you can come into your full power as a starseed light worker being that you are. And so you're being fully protected in this awakening and journey. Because what I see in the past, for most of your life, for a lot of you, you have been, navigating and dealing the hand that you've been dealt, and have been very focused in the material world, working the daily grind, doing all the things, you've gone to school, you've gotten a job, you've done the daily grind, you have your plans, your goals, your strategies, and the habits and the routines that, make up your life, your daily lifestyle. And, although it's a very important foundational structure, and you're laying foundation down, it is also very mundane. And you, pile number 3, you are not mundane, but it's okay, because you had to go through living this matrix life, even though you knew there was much more to you, because this is providing you the grounding that you needed to really seed into or onto the surface of this planet. Because you've done the cosmos, you've done the inner earth, and now you're on the surface, and it's about connecting heaven and earth. So you really did need to understand how to embody your physical vessel. And so now I feel like you've done a lot of work, you've dedicated yourself to creating some sort of stability, to gather resources, to maybe have a craft or a skill, to build something. And now I see that you've accomplished quite a lot. For the most part, most of you are financially, if not well off, financially stable, or you have ways of making money so that you're never really, in trouble. Like, you're always going to have something to fall back on or have some sort of security. And that's where you're at now. And if you're not there yet, you're going to be there very soon in 2024. You've been building your reputation, your wealth, your skills, and daily practice has created a solid foundation on this planet for you to prosper and to give back to your family, the community. So that's happening for you now, or will be very shortly. Because I think what the hardest challenge here was like kind of being stuck in the matrix, doing the daily grind when you knew you were so much more, was very difficult for you. But I want to congratulate you because you've done a great job. And the fact that you've kept your patience and you've kept your focus on the things that you felt that you needed to do, you're doing them. On the other side of that, you may have forgotten how special you are and your unique gifts, talents, and abilities. And that really, pile number 3, you should be living, and you will be living, a magical life where you're not in this like daily rat race. You're going to be able to transcend this and to really step into your magical power where you are thriving. You are servicing the world while in your true authentic power, attracting abundance and not having to do like the 9-to-5 daily thing. And when it comes to your day-to-day lifestyle, your day-to-day work, your purpose, your mission, you have the opportunity in 2024 to really let go of this old paradigm of thinking and really step into a higher level of consciousness where things are just going to align for you. So what's important for you to do is really tap in and meditate into inner earth, into the elven consciousness, and connect in with your lineage. Your ancestral birthright is in the magical realm. This is this is a thing of epic, mythical, legendary proportions. You truly are. If you suspected you're special, I'm telling you now, you are special. I mean, everybody's special, but you have lived magical lives, and you can live a magical life here in the 3D. And that's kind of the point. It's you're bringing in magic into the basic, drudgery of this everyday world that can be very dark and, methodical and linear and uninspired and boring and hard to survive for a lot of people in the world. You are here to set an example that the more you are unique, the more you embrace and accept your uniqueness, your power, and you're living in your authentic truth without fear, the more you have access to this magical world, this magical lineage, and your magical powers. So you're receiving a lot of assistance and protection in 2024. You are being guided away from darkness. Maybe you have had to deal with a lot of darkness in your life, or dark negative people, or bad things happening to you, or even maybe you've done a lot of shadow work, or you've had underworld journeys. And this is all has been to refine and strengthen who you are and your knowledge, as an initiation until you continue to raise your vibration and remember who you are. A lot of you are some sort of royalty or nobility from these magical elven realms. Your elven ancestors, they want you to step into your power. They are saying you are ready, that you have too much beauty, energy, magic, and strength, and life force energy coursing through your veins to just, play it small. You can't do it anymore. It's time. You've done a lot of work, and it's time to step out in your true authentic self, because what I'm seeing is that, a lot of you have dimmed your light for fear of not being able to survive or being accepted in society, or just maybe not believing in yourself because, there's not a lot of people like you. And maybe you haven't had a lot of examples. So the advice is to really tap into your meditations, into these worlds where your guides will come to you and give you the messages you need to follow, so that you're not just out here, all alone like a tumbleweed trying to figure out where to go next. You do have access to information, wisdom, and guidance, but you do have to take the time to not only go into meditation, but to focus your mind and your intention to connect in with these ethereal, magical realms. You have a lot of dragon energy helping you transform, and you've been transforming. And so what they're encouraging you to do, what Spirit is encouraging you to do, what your elven ancestors and your fairy ancestors are encouraging you to do, is to go within. They're going to give you plenty of support. But if you don't take the time to go within, they're going to kind of force you. So it's really important to find where you're from and who you belong, where you belong in these other dimensional planes of existence, because this is going to give you the information and the courage you need to really be yourself. Because you are meant in this life to be authentic and to not follow the ordinary path. You are not a conventional person, pile number 3. And you're not supposed to follow a traditional life. You are supposed to be unconventional. You are supposed to live in the world of the taboo. What ordinary, basic, mainstream people think is taboo or scary or secret, or they don't understand, that is your path. And that is a path that will bring you into alignment, joy, peace, and prosperity. You are meant to share your uniqueness with the world, but you have to have courage to trust that the universe, that the earth will provide all your material needs, because you've been scared. You've been on survival mode, scared that you won't be able to support yourself, that you won't have a job, you'll be ostracized, but this is untrue. It just takes the courage and the risk to take that leap and to trust your heart and to be uniquely you. And maybe you might struggle a little bit in the beginning while you catch your bearings, but once you really get your balance and just get into the flow, you will see that things will start to shift for you. Your vibration will raise, and your vibration will raise, and you will receive all the resources that you need, because you have a mission here on Earth. And I think it has to do with providing really higher vibrational information to the masses, or at least to people close to you. You may have been feeling pressure or some sort of restlessness, or maybe feeling stuck and not really knowing how to move forward, but that feeling is actually because you're on the precipice of breaking through this egg, right? This shell that has been protecting you, and really coming alive and online into your power, your magical power. Again, Spirit wants to encourage you and reassure you that you will be supported and you will have the things that you need. And then what I see for you at the end of 2024, you're going to be full-fledged expressing who you are as a star seed. You're going to be bringing in higher dimensional knowledge. You see with the High Priestess. So this is all unraveling and unfolding and blossoming for you in 2024. So again, by the end of 2024, you are going to be tapping into Akashic records, ancient knowledge from the cosmos, from the deepest recesses of Earth's consciousness. And you will be someone people come to for divine guidance, and you will be channeling so much Akashic information, occult information, galactic information. And the reason why is because there's a lot of tension on the earth right now, and there's a lot of darkness. And this will eventually heal, but you're one of the people who are meant to help bring this higher vibrational energy and knowledge onto the earth plane You're meant to inspire. You're meant to inspire others and bring a message of love and higher dimensional truth. Truth being the most important thing. I think that you're supposed to bring in revelations to others as well. You may be an oracle or a prophet, a channel. Yeah. So this is what's unfolding for you. So maybe if you want to look at it in terms of healing, pile number 3, I would say maybe you're healing your fear of being authentically you, which is a completely unique human being. Maybe in the past you were ostracized or picked on or rejected or always felt like you had to hide how amazingly unique you are. And this has really kind of made you forget how magical you are. So it's about healing these self-doubts, healing these fears of what other people think, and healing these fears of not being able to make enough money or survive, having your root chakra needs taken care of. It's getting out of survival mode and into thriving mode. And this will happen, again, they're inviting you and encouraging you strongly to connect with them. They will communicate and give you the instructions that you need, but you have to be open to listening and to accepting and to believing and to then follow the guidance. And this is the way you're going to really blossom in 2024. So you're going to need that alone time. Nature is going to be so important and so key, especially because the elves and the fairies come from nature. The dragons, so being alone in nature, even if it's just a park or a backyard, but really connecting in and belonging to the earth again, listening, being in your own energy so that you can receive these divine messages and fulfill whatever purpose or mission you have here on this planet. Because if you're a starseed, you definitely have a mission, and you're going to be provided for, protected, and guided as long as you take the training wheels off and jump. Okay, I hope this was helpful, pile number 3. If this resonated with you, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, I would love if you leave a comment and let me know what your experience has been with this and how this connects to you. This also helps me and encourages me to continue to do these readings if they are helpful to you. All right, thank you so much for listening, pile number 3. See you later. Blessings. Bye.